Opening statement, Chuck Warpehoski.
Thank you so much. I also want to thank the League of Women Voters for hosting these forums to help make sure that Ann Arbor voters can make informed decisions in the August 2nd primary. My name is Chuck Warpehoski. I serve as the Democratic incumbent in Ann Arbor's Ward 5 on City Council. Here in Ann Arbor, we have an amazing community. We have world-class parks, incredible neighborhoods, and a vibrant downtown. It's a great place to live. And I think we should always be looking for ways to do better. One of the ways we need to be doing better is with affordable housing. With so many people who want to enjoy all that Ann Arbor has to offer, it's pushing up the cost of living in the city and squeezing some people out. We need to be a community that finds ways to make room for people, to welcome people to our community, and to continue to be an inclusive community for everyone. Another area that I'm concerned about and have worked hard on is making sure we have a transportation network that works for everybody, whether you're driving, biking, walking, or taking the bus. We have some things, we made some important progress in improving our crosswalks, expanding our transit service, and we're trying to get those roads fixed, but there's still clearly work we need to do, especially on the safety front. Finally, through my day job working with the Interfaith Council for Peace and Justice, I've been spending a lot of time working on issues of police and community relations and broader issues of racial justice and racial equity. Ann Arbor, we get a lot of things right, but we are not immune from the challenges of racial prejudice that face our nation. And I think to continue to work on those, again, so that we can live up, as a Democrat, so we can live up to the democratic values of equality for all is very important to me. These are some of the high-profile things that I've been working on City Council and that I'd like to continue to work on. In addition, there's just the day-to-day work of constituent service, answering questions, and helping people get top-notch service. You can find out more about me and my campaign on my website, voteforchuck.org. The last name like Warpehoski, I didn't want you to have to spell it, so voteforchuck.org.
Okay, thank you. Your opening statement, Kevin Leeser.
Okay, yeah, thanks again, League of Women Voters, for putting this together. I feel like this whole process of running for City Council is a very amazing process, and this is kind of like one of my favorite things, I think. So I'm actually a 12-year veteran of 7th Street. My wife and I moved here from Chicago, and not recently, but it's 6.5 years ago when we had our first kid, and then 3.5 years ago we had our second kid. That's when I began to really realize that 7th Street is becoming an unsafe situation, and the traffic is not down to 25 miles an hour, even though the Michigan Vehicle Code should call for that. And I feel like 7th is not this, it's not the only situation in Ann Arbor where streets are not safe. And I'm a nurse, and I see the risk of our pedestrians and our bicyclists as a public health issue at this point. We lost 3 bicyclist fatals last year, and in the midst of that, all the discussion was about the deer call. And I was like, I don't think we need to be worrying about shooting 63 deer at whatever price tag that was, when we're actually having cars versus human fatalities. But I'm not the same. Everybody's like, you can't just be a single issue candidate, and I'm not. I mean, bicycle safety, pedestrian safety, that's huge to me, but we also need to address the Gelman plume that flows through the heart of the 5th Ward, and the DEQ is just not handling it. They just put out a report that they're like, yeah, we're going to come up with some standards in September. So they've already kicked it down the curb when Scioto Township and Washtenaw Board of has decided, yes, we should go towards the Superfund route, whereas when the EPA is going to, if the EPA takes this case, it's a polluter pays situation, so that cleanup is going to be paid for by Paul. And I'm also a very big advocate for preserving the library lot, which I feel is the heart of downtown Ann Arbor, and something we need to preserve for parks and public use. Thanks.